On the set.
Now the third-year man, Najee Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Second down and 8. Throwing, Young. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch out now. Safety Fury.
Off the play fake, Young. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Now, Pat O'Donnell, he's in familiar territory. Did his collegiate punting in this stadium for the University of Miami. He's on to kick it away. Returning it, here's Hamler. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Now 2nd and 9. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where you're unbeaten. You got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. Brian Brzee, a 1st-round pick there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Gibbs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Moore. Touchdown, Dolphins. DJ Moore, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Here we go.
Second down and 6 now. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You talk about this Miami defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. He's big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Hamler now on the return. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
50 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Allen. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in.
Ready.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Ready?
They hand this off to Harris, and he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Young on 3rd down. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Gibbs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's second and goal back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Dolphins 14, Eagles nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Come on, set.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter.
Let's go.
Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and gun. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Ready?
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw now. Young. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is fielded inside the 5. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Allen now on first down. And pass complete to Moore. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
At the 35-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 2nd and 6. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Alert!
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On play action, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To throw, it's Allen.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
But he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Throwing is Allen on third. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. Allen going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. On play action, Allen. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. A final shot before half for Allen. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half, because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Allen now looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Gibbs straight ahead. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 113 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Gibbs will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
Touchdown, Miami.
Now the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Dolphins 21, Eagles nothing.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A first down throw for Young. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The play fake, now Young, eluding the pressure right. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the paper.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. On the give, here's Gibbs. Down to about the 37. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it till the go play action.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Set, ready.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. It's brought in by Harris. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They run for it with Harris. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Wait.
To throw on 2nd down is Young. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Here is Young.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Young. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
Down the left sideline.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6.
The score, Dolphins 28, Eagles 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
At the 25-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game.
Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That is caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively.
Quan Martin there on the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Boy, 175 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Half 85. Alert!
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. So Allen's going to look to throw. Rolling to his right. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that will write a finish to this ball game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today